The mask mandate on planes was set to expire in a couple of weeks. So that I think one of the sources of confusion is why appeal it if it was going to expire anyway, just in days?
Yeah, so I think a lot of that has to do with just making sure it's very clear legally what the CDC's authority actually is. Even if they don't need to use it immediately, they need to know whether that authority continues or not. So that's the legal issue that's going on. But the practical issues, people want to know, okay, what does this mean? What do I do if I'm getting on a plane, if I'm getting on the subway or the bus? I know it can be confusing. So here's the bottom line. If we're talking about local transportation, we're talking about the bus, the subway, transit getting around your community, it's going to depend on the community. So since there's no federal requirement anymore in effect at this time, what that means is it's going to be up to your transit authority, your transit agency, based on local conditions, to set their own standard. A lot of them have said, you know what, don't worry about it, it's up to you. Others still have the requirements, so you do want to make sure you check. Now, if you're getting ready to fly, as far as I know, even though it's the same idea, you know, it's up to the airlines. I'm not aware of any airline that is enforcing a mask requirement. So that means that it is your call. And, you know, what we're going to see is a lot of people will choose to continue to wear a mask. A lot of people will choose not to. The most important thing, of course, is that everybody treat each other with respect. People who are choosing to wear a mask and people who are choosing not to. You know, everybody's getting to where they're going together. And that's kind of where we are as a country, too. We're all in this together right now.
How are the kids?
They're great. Actually, I just got an email saying the daycare prices were going to go up, so we're you know, everybody's in the boat on that. But they're in daycare. They're doing great. It's funny. The daycare sends us messages all the time. We get these I get these little notifications on the phone, like every nap, every bottle, every diaper, which is actually kind of helpful. We didn't ask for it, but it's kind of helpful when you're nervous about having your kids in somebody else's hands. From what I can tell, they're thriving there. And then Chas and I'll usually walk back with them at the end of the day. And you know, I sound like every parent I've ever known. You know, I'm completely in love, and I'm inflicting pictures on everybody, and you know, it's taking over our lives.
Can I give you just one piece of advice? I know you're the Secretary of Transportation, but may I?
Tell me.
As somebody who has real issues, texting and whatnot, really be careful when you say, "How was their poop?" Don't send it to like another secretary. Make sure it's the daycare center you're sending it to.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, that's a shockingly large proportion of the texts that Chasten and I send back and forth have to do with things like that. All the things that gross you out until it's your kid, and then it's just basic information.